Greetings and salutations, people of the internet. This is Master RBG. And although it might be more than a little bit late, I have a Valentine's Day special for you. And not just any Valentine's Day special, but a DLC follow-up to last year's Valentine's Day special. Last year, I had the privilege of reviewing Monster Prom, a game heavily promoted and produced by our good buddy Jesse Cox, and had a heck of a good time doing so. At the time, they had just released this very DLC that I'll be reviewing for you today. And at the end of my review for the main game, I had mentioned I was interested in reviewing that DLC. Granted, it took me longer than expected, but it may have taken me a year, but we're finally ready to review the new semester of competitive multiplayer monster romance. Wow, I can't believe those words escaped my mouth. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to review Monster Prom, second semester. So, first things first, let's go and introduce our new NPC love interests, Zoe and Calculester. Our boy Calculester is voiced by none other than famous YouTuber Jacksepticeye. And Zoe, who's the less shiny of the two because, let's face it, Calculester is basically a machine, is an eldritch deity. Well, ex-eldritch deity? Not sure exact status on that one. Voiced by Casey Mongillo, who also voiced Shinji in the Netflix adaptation of Evangelion. That's weird. I assume she must have some heckified range to go between those two. Anywho, without any further ado, let's get right into it. So, for the purposes of this particular playthrough, we're going to go ahead and pursue Zoe, because I've already done a playthrough with Calculester, I just didn't bother to record that one. So, since I already know one of them, let's get to know the other, shall we? Let's go ahead and do lunch, as they say in Hollywood. Of course, being that this is still Monster Prom, lunch doesn't exactly go to plan as it usually does here. So instead of, eating your lunch like a normal human being, here, our boy Liam is trying to do Instagram food pics with it. Of course, he doesn't actually eat the burritos because, he's a vampire. It's his thing. But, you do you. And apparently Zoe is trying to get some ridiculous K-pop artist pic involved with this burrito Instagram nonsense. So, of course, being the supportive would-be prom date for her, I am, of course, going to totally support her side. I've heard romantic stories starting out way sillier than this, so okay, sure, we'll roll with it. So, after starting a half-hour rave, which, I'm still not totally clear on exactly how one does that. I mean, starting a rave is one thing, but making sure it lasts only half an hour? That's a challenge. But anywho, while we're all having our fun here, unfortunately a small issue has come up. Another new character, not a dateable one, but one of the side characters, the Yeti guy and his girlfriend, who's a fungus who's growing on him, apparently gets into a disagreement with our love interest, along with one of her friends. And it's kind of up to us to solve the problem. Because apparently they're making out a little too loudly, and apparently it is upsetting our potential love interest, and of course off-putting her from any feelings of romance herself, which is not good at all. So of course we have to salvage this situation ASAP. Strong, independent nightmare creature. Nice. You know what? I need to use that for myself one of these days. That's right. I'm a strong, independent nightmare creature. And I don't need no YouTube algorithm. Okay, sorry, for real though. But anywho, we gotta fix this one. And the best way is to hit her with what she loves. Cosplay! That's right. Couples can potentially dress up in silly matching outfits. Think of the possibilities, Zoe! Think of them! We, the devs, dare you to actually come up with a nickname for yourself and ask the other players to call you by that name until the end of this run. Alright, you know what, game devs? You're on. Ladies and gentlemen, you can call me Love Master RBG until the end of this review. Go ahead. Leave it in the comments if you wanna. Feel free. Now, I'm not totally sure if I mentioned this earlier, but Zoe was technically in the main game too. She just wasn't referred to as Zoe back then. She was a proper eldritch deity from another dimension that only showed up in a couple of different endings. Or plot paths, I guess. I didn't see a whole lot of them, I only got to see one version of it, but she had a very different look, and apparently a very different personality, because when she was summoned to this world, at least according to the game's own storyline, she got enamored with high school life and decided to become a schoolgirl. So, upon going through that transformation, she took on a very different personality, and unfortunately her faithful cultists that you're seeing on screen right now haven't adjusted terribly well to that change. Because surprisingly, Zoe no longer likes dead goats being given to her on a regular basis. Go figure. Anywho, during my playthrough, I ended up whipping these guys into shape and helping them to adapt to their new mistress. Or, their new and improved mistress? Yeah, let's go with that. Anywho, they're still pretty annoying though, but they kinda grow on you. Not like with that Yeti guy and his girlfriend, though. That's a totally different kind of growing on you. So I was playing FOF. Ooh, I was playing FOF. I'm Zoe, and I was playing FOF. Okay, this is Leonard. He's also new. I hope that stands for off fakers, because that's what you are. What? How do you figure, Leonard? I was just trying to tell RBG how much fun I was having being a fake gamer girl, because if you were a real gamer girl, you wouldn't need to talk about how fun games are. You'd just be playing games. A real fan doesn't go around shoving their fanness in people's faces. That's what girls do because they're just doing it for attention. Leonard, literally all you do is try to prove that you're a real fan. You're the one who interrupted this perfectly normal conversation. Fake conversation. Leonard. Fake Leonard? No, wait, real Leonard. Girls are the fake ones. Oh my god, this is low-key hilarious. So, are you saying there are no real gamer girls? I thought I met one once. She wasn't like all the other girls, right up until she was, when that friend zoned me and went and dated some hole named Chad Cabra? Wait, how does that have anything to do with her interest in gaming? Poor Zoe, she's new enough to this whole being in high school girl thing that she has no idea that there is no reasoning with the Leonards of the world. Narrator's right, there is no reasoning with the Leonards of the world. There really isn't. I've seen them on Twitter all the time. Not to be a white knight or anything, you should really step in and find a way to distract Leonard so you and Zoe can discuss absolute gender-neutral things. Yeah, okay, No. The second one. Tell her that you heard someone saying there's no wrong way to play video games. That'll tick them off. Guaranteed. Yes, I also heard that they were saying every way of enjoying video games is valid as long as it's fulfilling for you personally. What? Who said that? No wrong way to enjoy video games? That's insane. What about casually with friends? That's a wrong way to enjoy video games. How about enjoying them in a way that doesn't on other people's enjoyment just because their perspective is different? That doesn't sound right now, does it? Fucking trying to ruin video games for everyone else? I need to put an end to this rumor right now. Wow. Anyway, I was playing FOF the other day, so I guess to finish her story uninterrupted, and you get to learn about her passions and interests. What a delightful way to gain some new stats. Sorry about cutting the gameplay off there, but it was getting a little too meta for this channel to handle. Anywho, that was a small taste of what awaits you in this crazy DLC pack for an equally crazy game. If you somehow manage to get all the endings and unlockable goodies in the main game, then I'll know you'll love this, assuming you don't have it already. It adds over 100 different scenarios and events to the already substantial number the base game had, in addition to the new love interest and cast of new NPCs, of which only a few were seen in this review. If you're currently enjoying the main game and haven't unlocked everything yet, you'll also probably enjoy this as well. If you've never played Monster Prom before but found this video has sparked your interest, then by all means grab it on Steam. If you like funny writing and couch or online competitive games, then this might definitely strike a chord with you. If, however, you are not a fan of dating sims in any way, shape, or form, I can totally understand that this game will not be your cup of tea. Anyways, this DLC currently runs for about $6. The game it comes from runs for about $12, or you can get the bundle which has them both for $15.28. It's available on PC, Mac, and Linux. I regret to say it hasn't come to home consoles as of yet, but I'm sure that it will someday. Maybe after the next game or DLC gets made for it, maybe. Perhaps they'll make a Monster Prom collection for consoles, or something along those lines. Fingers crossed. Maybe if the sales are good enough, it'll eventually get there. Well, that about does it for our time on this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, hit that thumbs up button for me. It's much appreciated if you do. If you'd like to see more of my nonsense in the future, hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell to be alerted the very moment I post any new content here on YouTube. And if you'd like some suggestions for other videos made by yours truly, then how about these? If you'd like something significantly less romance related, then check out my previous review for Knights of Pen and Paper 2. Right over here. And of course, if you'd like to see my last abridged Let's Play for the last season of Fortnite, you can check out that video right over here. Pick either one, both fantastic, just like you guys have been. Until next time, this is Master RBG, signing off.